Good day and welcome to another episode of Prokon Know-How. My name is Jacobus Uberholster. I'm an AEC technical consultant for Micrographics, and I'll be taking you through the process of modeling an inclined plane shell in SUMO. So what you see already, I've cut out a hole of the slab, and that's quite simple. You navigate to the correct view, you click on the slab, you click modify, and you just draw a new polygon anywhere on the slab. You see it is crossed out there to indicate that there is a hole in the slab. So we go back to the main view, you'll see there's that hole. So I'm just going to delete that, modify. I want that hole. So we've got that hole there. And what we need to do now is we need to demarcate the boundaries of the inclined plane shell. Otherwise, you won't be able to draw it accurately. So let's go down to the level 0 view. So we know that that gap sits here. So I want to draw basically a ramp or stairs from this line upwards to that hole. So I'll go to my insert tab, I'll click on my construction lines, and I'll add a construction line like that. What I forgot to check was actually how wide that hole is. So we go back here, we go to structure, click on distance, we snap to those 2 points, we see that they are 2 meters apart, or that's a 2 meter wide hole. So going back to level 0, I know that I want one on either side here. Luckily it does snap to the grid at the moment, so it is based off of grid spacing. But if you have spacing that doesn't match the grid, it's also not a problem. What I would do is I'll draw a center line, and then I'll just offset on either side. So I go to modify, click offset, select that construction line, pick the offset direction, and I know it's 1 meter. Then I'll just do the same again, offset direction 1 meter. All right, so I can delete this now, and there's the 2 corners that I'll need to define my plane shell. So going back to the main view, I click on the plane shell command or function. I'm going to put intersection snapping on. I'm going to snap to that intersection, then to that corner there, that corner there. I'm going to close the polygon and press accept. And there is your ramp or stairs, whatever you would like it to be. It's there. You can click on it. You see the properties palette here open up. You can change the thickness to 200 or to 250 to match the slab. You can change your mesh size, and you can assign different materials as well. Now to assign a load, an inclined plane shell, you actually can't use the hosted slab load. It won't snap to that shell. It will snap to your slab. Actually switch those off. Just switch those on again. I want to add uniformly distributed load over the entire slab. So you see there it's fine, it snaps to the slab, but it won't snap to the inclined plane shell. So you have to use area loads. Now to assign an area load, well, I just clicked on that. To assign an area load, it's best to switch to your analytical model view, because there's this central plane of that plane shell. Go to loads, click on area, assign the size. And then what I'll do is, again, with the correct snapping on, I'll snap to that point. I'll actually switch grid snapping off, snap to that point, snap to that point, snap to that point, and snap to that point. And there we go. Clicking on that load, you can see that its direction is global Y. You can change that by clicking on that cell, clicking on the drop down, and selecting local. All right, so there's just 2 messages here saying that the plane shell must be meshed before analysis can proceed, and the slab must be meshed. That option will be made available to you when you click on solve, or you can go to the modify tab and click on mesh all. It's not visible in this model view. You can go to the discretized model view, and there you can actually see your mesh. So the slab's mesh at the moment is set at 0.5. Let's do the same for the plain shell and call that 0.5. Go to modify, select mesh, go to the discretized model view, and there you can see a much nicer looking mesh. Okay, let's go to analysis tab, click on solve, we'll save it, go to results, and there you can see your model. Okay, so it's actually not fixed there. It's nice to see actually the deflected shape showing you that basically. If you go to this back to standard, we want to put 2 supports on either side. So we're going to click on point support, add a support there, and add a support there. Click on solve again, go to the results tab, and now we can see it looks a lot better. And you'll get the same sort of results you get for the slab, you'll get for this plain shell as well. So thank you so much for tuning in. Please pop something in the comments if you want me to model anything else for you or clarify any of these points, and I'll be happy to do that. Cheers for now.